A girl from Philadelphia took top honors this summer in the first season of NBC's new hit show, America's Got Talent. The show's second season kicks off in January. But we've got one of the talented semifinalists back in the Bay Area with a show of his own. Shawn Ryan of Pleasanton joins us this morning live to talk a little bit about the show and the benefits and, of course, your fabulous career, huh?
Yeah, well, we think so.
How's it going?
Great, how are you?
I'm just doing just fine.
Good.
How was it being on that show? Was it something that you had thought about kind of participating in for a while?
I actually got a phone call to do the show the day I was leaving for Mexico for 2 months. So I was like, if you guys can hold on, I'll be back in 2 months and give me a ring. And we got back and we did the show the next week. It just was all very fast. I had not heard of the show. I didn't know anything about it. I showed up to the studio thinking, oh, maybe it's some small talent contest or something. And then there was Regis and Simon Cowell and all these people around, and I was like, okay, this is pretty good.
Okay, good thing
so,
I came
yeah,
out
maybe
that
I should have done this.
Wow,
yeah,
which is great that you participated.
Yeah, it was incredible.
And you sang in the competition.
I did. I do kind of cabaret jazz infused with some comedy, so the first number I did was very comedic.
Yeah, and now how long have you been singing or, really performing? Is it something that you started as a young kid?
Yeah, I did musical theaters from the time I was 5 years old. My parents put me in the chorus of Oliver, and just from there, just kept doing it all the way through high school.
And did you, thinking back, is it something that you were always interested in, or is it, your parents are maybe trying to put you in a show, but then it really clicked for you?
No, yeah, definitely. It was always, I think the very first time I was in front of an audience and I heard the applause, that was it for me.
That's a nice little payback, instantaneous.
Exactly.
Now, it must have been amazing to be on the show itself because you're getting, applause literally from across the nation.
It's crazy. The exposure, within the first 36 hours, I think we sold somewhere around 10,000 albums.
Wow.
So it was like, they're sending me emails saying, you could buy a new car if you want. And I'm like, what?
Okay.
All right. That's right.
Did you go out and do something crazy, or?
Yeah, we did. Really, for the first, 2 weeks, we just still didn't know how it was going to happen.
Right.
We knew we had done well on the show, but of course you can't say anything until it airs.
Right, exactly. So, was that tough? I'm sure you had friends and family.
Everyone wanted to know. Everyone wanted to know. No, except for my mother. She was at the taping.
Yeah.
And a couple of friends. That was it. Yeah.
That would have had to be probably the toughest thing.
It was very hard. Plus, people, when they called me, they could tell. Obviously, they're like, you know something. I'm like, I don't know anything. I'm sorry, I can't say anything.
They're trying to read you a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, it's great you're coming back to the Bay Area because you're doing a benefit show in Walnut Creek. Tell us a little bit about it.
The benefit's called All That Jazz, Happy Holidays and All That Jazz, this Saturday at the Dean Lesher Center at 7 o'clock, and it's benefiting the Young Actors Theater Camp Scholarship Fund, which is a program that I founded 8 years ago here in Berkeley, and it's continued to go on for the last 8 years. It's a week-long intensive theater training program for kids 8 to 18, and we bring working professionals from any industry. So any class that the kids take, they're learning from a working professional in that industry.
Wow, and it's open to kids in the Bay Area?
Yeah, so kids come from all over the country actually now because we've been going so strong for so long. We limit it to 75 kids per camp, and that allows us to really have one-on-one time with each kid because we have a staff of 25. So. Yeah,
and you're so young yourself. It's so nice to see you giving back to even the younger than you.
Thank you. I got kind of thrown into it. I was an assistant program director for the Julia Morgan Theater, and it just jumped into program directing, and then the theater got bought over. We had about a year off, and we were like, maybe we should start our own, and so we started our own, and it's just been incredible.
And look how it's taken off.
Absolutely.
And especially with your backing now, I'm sure it's even better.
It's good, and we also bring in masterclass teachers that have much higher backing than I. We have our winter session, which is this December 26th through January 1st, and Christy Cates, who plays Elphaba in Wicked, is coming to do the masterclass. So, oh my gosh, it's incredible.
Yeah,
so we have a whole Wicked themed camp this time.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I like all the parents when we tell them what's going to be offered at camp. They're like, oh, can we come to camp too?
Yeah, no kidding.
It's really fun.
Start one for the adults.
Yeah.
Well, I know you're busy yourself, and the show is this Saturday. We thank you for taking the time to. He drove down from LA this morning.
This morning.
I'm surprised.
Right now, normally I would be probably on my couch watching Martha Stewart string cranberries and make toilet paper from scratch or something.
Well, we'll give you a little time to drive home and do all that. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.
And as you mentioned, the benefit show is called Happy Holidays and All That Jazz. It's this Saturday at the Dean Lesher Center for the Arts in Walnut Creek. We actually have all the details on our website at NBC11.com. You can find a link there. Check it out. President Bush heads home this morning.